hope so, too, Uncle Augie.
Benny, you take care of Rosie. Answer to me, huh?
Thank you, Mr. Gorg.
Benny, you're a man now. Call me like everybody else. Little Augie, huh?
Yes, sir, Mr. Augie. I mean, little Augie.
There's $1,000 in there in 5s and 10s. I don't want you to get spoiled.
Oh.
Benny, you take care of her, huh? Or else?
Uncle Augie, I'm going to name my first one after you.
Good luck, kid.
We're not all as successful as your Uncle Augie, but that doesn't mean our hearts are not as big.
Thank you, Uncle Lepke.
Thank you, Mr. Buckhope.
Call me Lepke, kid. From now on, you can call me Lepke.
Yes, sir, Mr. Lepke.
Don't ever let me hear anybody call your Uncle Charlie a piker.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Gura.
You take care of Rose here, like she was my daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Ruditsky.
Benny, congratulations.
Thank you.
Good health. You keep your nose clean, huh? I'll have to put you where you forget you're a husband.
I don't care how much you're doing. Next to what I got in mind, it is chicken feed. You know what I mean? Chicken feed for little chickens.
Think it's big, huh?
Three-way split, it's gotta be big.
Virgin territory, so help me. You guys coming in this deal with me, you're in on the ground floor, you gotta make a killing. Labor rackets is growing big. Organized labor's the coming thing. A buck. A lousy buck from every jerk in the garment industry. What does that make, huh?
$250,000.
Every month dues, huh?
A lousy buck? 30, 40 million a year.
Is a buck all the dues are?
Yeah, think it ought to be at least 2, huh?
4. Packers pay 4 a month, cutters pay double. Big, huh? Big? What do you say?
They left their prints and their marks on the Times. Those businessmen who made a contract with brass knuckles, stink bombs, and finally, submachine guns. Jacob Organ, alias Little Augie. Jack Kid Dropper cut his mark on Little Augie's face, but as ugly as it was nothing next to the mark the devil himself must have put on Little Augie's soul. Louis Lepke Buchholder. He wound up in the electric chair after carving his name in history as Mr. Murder Incorporated. Charles Gura, partner of Lepke and Murder Incorporated. Second fiddle to nobody in the band of sour music of the 20s. Well, this picture is not out of the police files. I took it out of my own photo album. The kid on the right there is Lepke. Kid on the left, Little Augie. And the kid in the middle is yours truly, Barney Ruditsky. I don't remember where Gura was when this picture was taken because he belonged in it too. He was out of the same tenement, 88 Essex Street, New York. Gura and a kid who became a judge on the Supreme Court. A kid who became a Wall Street banker, a millionaire. Another kid became president of an Ivy League university. And a kid who became a famous writer. All out of the same pot. Strange years. When a wedding not only brought together a boy and a girl, but was an occasion for a marriage to rape organized labor.
Why don't you be a nice fella and make it easy on yourself? What we give you in peace of mind will cost you cheaper in the long run. With us in the picture, you can forget all about them crummy bums, making your whole life miserable in that shop, screaming for another 12 cents an hour. You give them once, you think you're through, right? And in 6 months, you gotta give again. Right?
Right.
What do you say?
It was only days later when anyone on 7th Avenue could tell you what came out of the handshake. It was titled Labor Benevolent Protection Fund Incorporated. The bylaws were very liberal. so they could do business in all directions. All directions meaning they could take a contract to make a strike and break an employer, or make a contract and break a strike for an employer.
Hey, make it out for 50. You see, it's 5 a month, 50 a year. So 50 be thrifty, huh?
Safe.
Then, of course, there was the insurance plan. That meant that you gave the money to insure yourself against labor difficulties. This was built on the old Chinese system, that you paid the doctor to keep you well, and not when you were sick. Break a strike, make a strike, or the Chinese system. It was a very lucrative racket for the Labor Benevolent Protection Fund, Incorporated.
Glad to have you with us.
Now you can sleep nights, just like a baby. No more headaches, huh? From now on, all your labor problems are over. I told you, relax. We'll take care of them crummy strikers for you. You got nothing to worry about.
Bloodsuckers!
So let them wear out their shoe leather. Who cares? See what we do for you? When we say we give you protection, we give you protection.
Someday they'll give the electric chair to the capitalists who hire hoodlums to spill our blood.
Mr. Landman, don't change the subject, please.
Electric chair is too good.
Yeah, are you positive now you can identify the man who shot you?
Someday there'll be a revolution. Certainly I can identify him. I told you he had a scar. He had a scar.
Yeah, I know, but the window where he shot from, that's a good 30 feet away.
30 feet, 30 miles. I see he has a J scar on his cheek.
Will you testify to that on the Bible?
James is just as guilty as he is. They should be made to suffer together.
Mr. Landman, will you stand up in court and identify the man who shot you as Augie Organ?
If we have to fight, then we have to fight. I'm not afraid. I'll stand up in court. I'll tell them the whole world that the man who spilt my blood was a gangster Augie Organ.
Now, you got it straight? Let him in. Hello, Barney. What took you so long?
Yeah, what took you so long?
When you moved your office from the garage in the old neighborhood, it took me a little time to find you.
Let's see why. We're in the phone book.
Yeah, all you had to do was call information, Barney.
Yeah. Labor Benevolent Protection Fund. Jacob Organ, president. All right, Pres, let's go.
Barney, ain't you ever gonna grow up? We've been friends ever since we was so high. You ain't got no esprit de corps.
For dear old 88 Essex Street?
All right? I'll give you esprit de corps. I'll give you esprit the old school tie. All the way to the judge. Esprit de old school tie.
Your Honor, the state demands that in light of the evidence just presented, that this court recommend the defendant booked as charged and held for trial for assault with intent to kill. The office of the district attorney would also like to demand that this defendant be denied the privileges of liberty on bail at any figure.
We hardly feel it necessary to remind the court that mitigating circumstances could prevent us from presenting our case in its full strength should the witnesses be intimidated? Or, even worse,
Would
should
the
they...
district attorney confine himself to the routine of a preliminary hearing and let the decisions as to bail and futures to this court?
You think they could have gotten to the judge? Looks like he's favoring Little Augie.
No, he can't throw it out. We have a solid witness.
Yeah, if you can keep him alive.
Now, have you any further evidence to present to this court direct?
Your Honor, the state feels that the evidence of the eyewitness, Samuel Landman, is sufficient.
Does the defending attorney have anything to present?
Yes, Your Honor, we have. We request that this charge be dismissed.
Dismissed? Your Honor, how can such a ridiculous charge come before this...
Have the floor, Mr. District Attorney.
I shall repeat. We request that this charge be dismissed on the grounds that the testimony of one so-called witness is not enough evidence to bring my client to trial as charged.
On what facts do you base this request? Mr. Samuel Landman here is sworn that Mr. Organ is the man who shot him.
Mr. Landman asserts that a man with a certain scar shot him.
What are you trying to say?
With this court's permission...
Proceed. Order. Order in the court. Any further disturbance, I'll have this courtroom cleared.
They're all wearing the dropper's mark.
Lousy flock of jaybirds.
Mr. Samuel Landman, under oath, I demand that you identify the scar that shot you.
Dirty, cheap trick. They can't get away with it.
Quiet, Ruditsky. You'll confuse the witness.
Remove yourself from this courtroom, Mr. Ruditsky, and consider yourself lucky that you're not made to pay for this undignified display.
Your Honor, I demand that Ruditsky be arrested for attempted assault.
You shut up. How do you mean to tell me that you can't tell whether it was one of these 5 men or little Augie here that shot you? Case dismissed.
I want to thank you very much for your time. Very nice of you. How you doing? Heard you got out of a sick bed and everything. Swell. How's the wife and kids? We didn't get a chance to kip us in court today, Henry, so I got to wondering.
Look, Mr. Organ, you didn't have to worry about me. I'm like the 3 little monkeys. See no, hear no, and speak no evil. You know what I mean.
Hey, why don't you open a window or something in here, huh? How can you stand there in this sweatshop without no air?
I'll open. I'll open.
You know, if I had to be cooped up, I think I'd go nuts. I'm not the kind of a guy that can take stir easy, you know?
I don't blame you. I know what you mean.
Well, it's good you don't blame me, because I can't afford to take chances, you know?
No, no, Helen, please. Please don't. No.
Hey, have a little respect, huh?
Little Augie figured himself out of court that day. He was good at figuring, I have to admit. But it just goes to show you, you can't figure right all the time.
Help! Police! Help! They're on the way to me!
Don't you worry about a thing, Mr. James.
I never did anything like this in my whole life.
Here, buddy.
This will be a first time for anything. Now, if you'll just sign here, Mr. James, please.
What am I signing?
Well, Mr. O'Neill here made a legal transcription of your statement. Now, if you'll just sign it, I can go and pick up Mr. Organ and put him where he can't shove you or anybody else across.
I'm doing the right thing, aren't I?
You sure are.
Look, AJ, it ain't as if I committed a murder. All I did was to shove him a little. The way the fuss everybody's kicking up, you think I pushed him off.
You don't figure you have a problem? Why bother me?
Well, it's Ruditsky. He's trying to nail me to the cross.
Make your point.
Well, look, AJ, I'm not the kind of a guy that can sit it out and stir. You know what I mean?
Well, so?
Well, what would it cost for me to get 100% insurance for a political fix? I want this beef squared. I know it ain't murder, but I want it squared.
50,000?
50 G's?
Clean money, unmarked, no smell on it, no leads. Positively unidentifiable, and I get its pedigree.
AJ, awful heavy.
You want a bargain? Go to Woolworths. You want a fix? Come up with 50 G's or take your chance. Ruditsky's your pal. Why don't you go to see him?
Are you kidding? Ruditsky's a Boy Scout. If he caught his mother spitting in the subway, he'd book her.
Look, Augie, I am a businessman. Overhead, fixed cost of a contract like you need, 50,000 is a bargain already. I couldn't shave it if you was my own brother.
Yeah. I get the picture. All right. I'll have the 50 G's for you in the morning.
Good. And you get peace of mind.
Thanks. Aspirin would do it cheaper.
In future, come out with aspirin instead of a gun. Oh, Augie, you've forgotten something.
What do you want me to do? Leave my head here for security?
You have a quaint sense of humor. I'd like the means and source of the 50,000. That was a condition of my taking this contract.
Okay. Well, there's a strike brewing in the Painters Association. They have offered me 50,000 to squash it.
And how do you plan to deliver this service?
The Painters Union is my account. I'll talk to Jake. He'll do it for me.
And what do you do for him?
Benevolent fund. Paid for in advance.
And how do you explain this to your partners?
What do I have to explain?
They won't care that you take the whole fee for the contract?
This contract, I handle 100% myself.
Lepke and Garrar ain't going to like this.
I don't care if they don't like it. I dissolve the partnership. What do you care, huh?
Nothing. Just curious, that's all.
Now, look, I made this racket. It was my idea. If there's only out of goodness in my heart, I give them a piece of the action. I put them in, I put them out. It is only out of the bigness of my heart every single time that I inherit trouble. But never again, AJ. You hear me? Never again.
Augie, don't get excited. It's bad for the heart.
Now, listen, don't you worry about my heart. I'll have the 50 G's for you in the morning. You just fix that beef. If I ever let my heart get me into a jam again, so help me, I'll have my head examined.
Operator, I want Plaza 3, 6098.
How do I know? Faster than if you sent me Western Union. That's how I know.
I can't believe he'd do it.
You think Jake's old lady made it up? She ain't that smart.
Your old lady ain't that smart either. I guess we gotta believe it.
For a lousy 50 G's! You think you'd have more respect for all we've been to each other?
It's a lousy business. You think the cloak and suit has such problems? To them, a partner's a partner.
How can he just throw away everything we've been to each other?
For all we've been through.
All we've done. I bet we pushed a dozen guys across together. And it didn't make any difference whether he pulled the trigger or you or me. We always shared the contract like we were one.
Maybe he's sick. And how else can you figure it?
He must be sick.
I can't believe it.
You calling my old lady a liar?
Stop worrying about your old lady. We're on that complaint James signed, too.
Sick? Little Augie maybe is having a nervous breakdown. How else can you figure?
I think the least we could do is have a little talk. After all, we got mutual problems.
Mutual problems. Maybe we should show him that we have more respect for our relationship and all we've been through.
Yeah. Yeah. If he wants to be a louse, that's his business. We still gotta do the right thing, huh?
Call him.
Where?
How do I know?
Augie, where you been? We've been worried sick about you.
So why should you be worried sick about me?
Yeah, you know how it is. You know what I mean? We heard something.
Sure, so we worried. Don't cost nothing, so we worried.
So what'd you hear? Couple old ladies got nothing to do, so they talk.
Yeah, that's all we heard.
What? I made a personal deal with the Painters Association to break up the strike?
Yeah, that's what we heard. But we understand. You needed a fast, unmarked 50 G's to fix the James beef for yourself. Anybody'd do the same.
Sure, Augie. You don't think after all we've been to each other, a little personal matter, it's not like the end of the world, huh?
You mean it?
Sure. Business is business.
Sure. You don't think after all we've been to each other?
You can't beat it.
What?
Old friends. Like brothers. You can't beat it. You know, if you guys didn't understand, I don't know what I would do.
Augie. After all we've been through together.
Sure, Augie. After all, if you can't count on us, who can you count on? Like, I mean, brothers, huh?
You know what I am gonna do? I am gonna try to find a way. That's what I'm gonna do. Find a way.
For what?
For us to still do business together. Look, we need AJ for a political fix. I had this figured a long time ago. We still got a relationship? Oh, right, it's a little more complicated, but this is progress. This is like a merger on Wall Street, you understand?
Yeah. J.P. Morgan doesn't need Carnegie anymore, so he dumps him.
He doesn't dump them, they split. And then they amalgamate.
Amalgamate? What?
Look, what difference does it make? Did you ever hear Carnegie going around broke asking for handouts, huh? Listen, what do we meet tonight, huh? We'll sit down to a meal, we'll schmooze a little bit, we're gonna come up with a new formula, huh? A kind of a partnership, what do you say?
Amalgamation, right?
Where?
Tennis? Tennis? That's where we started the labor rackets? I think it'd be kind of a nice touch, huh? What do you say? 8? If you don't hear no different, I'll be there.
Hey, you guys. I love you, just like brothers, so help me. I loved him like a brother.
Lousy business we're in.
Yeah, we're in a lousy business.
Jacob Organ, alias Little Augie. Born February 9, 1895. Died October 15, 1927.
Reno, Nevada, one of the gambling meccas of the West. Most of its visitors are interested in making a 10 or a 4 the hard way. I had another interest for being here. To be exact, a woman who was supposed to have been killed during the war with 9 of my men back in July of 1944. By chance, I read that she was opening at a smart night spot in New York City. I sent her my medallion with a message. She didn't wait, just packed and got out of town. It took a little while, but I learned she'd gone to Reno. I had a lot of questions aching for answers. They all spelled a double-crossing dame. Yvette Marchand. Reno, Paris, Buenos Aires, they're all alike if you're looking for someone. If you have the right friends, every city becomes a small town. I made a few calls. The word went out that I wanted Yvette Marchand. She was something special. But I bumped into something even more special.
Mike Lanyard?
That's right.
I'm Inspector Stillman from the Bureau. I'd like to have you come with me.
What for?
Murder.
Got a special reason for picking me?
Real special. You left your calling card by one of the bodies.
Can you give me one good reason why I'd come all the way to Reno to kill those men?
I could give you a lot of reasons. We've got every available man in the Western District down here.
Must have been a high-priced robbery.
All depends on the value you place on human lives. Every man, woman, and child in a small city, for instance.
What?
This was a very unusual robbery. Could wind up being the most disastrous robbery in history.
Go on.
Well, you see, there's an arsenal test center here in the desert. A company in Los Angeles was sending a batch of super-braid explosives with a new time-fusing device. Those couriers who were delivering it were forced off the road and they were shot to death.
You mean they went to all that trouble just to steal an explosive?
Probably figured that the couriers were carrying money. Arsenal operation has been top secret. We mean to clear it up without relaxing security. Of course, if we have to, we'll take those wraps off.
What do you want from me? Confession?
Got to admit you're a strong possibility.
You're way off base, but I may be able to help.
You've got to be fast. It's 10 o'clock. That explosion was fused in Los Angeles. Set to go off at 7 o'clock in the morning.
You're not giving very good odds, are you?
Who knows from odds in my racket? Okay, you got those 9 hours.
Thanks.
Lanyard's leaving.
Yeah, Joe Sachs is on it.
After leaving Stillman's office, I checked with several of my friends. One of them didn't disappoint me. He told me Yvette Marchand was working in a club called the Palace. If it hadn't been for the promise I'd made to Stillman, I would have paid her off for the 9 lives she sold on the river. Instead, I had to forget that and find a bomb. She had my medallion. She had to have some answers. A few minutes later, I was in front of the Palace Club. There was a picture of Yvette Marchand. The last 10 years hadn't changed her very much. I spoke to one of the employees. He told me how to get to her dressing room. I went to the back of the club and through an alley. There were no names on the door, so I took a guess. I tried one door, and then the next.
Who is it?
I knew I tapped the right door. Flowers.
Who are you?
It's been a long time, Yvette. Paris, 1944.
That was a long time ago.
The name's Michael Lanyard.
I don't know you.
Well, there were others. Joe Spitz, Kip Martin, John Woolsey, a few more.
Their names mean nothing to me.
No. Let me help you. Pre-invasion, you were supposed to give us the locations of some German ammunition dumps. Remember? You would have been better off if I'd died, too. Till I saw your picture in a New York paper. I thought you'd been killed along with the others.
I can explain. The plans went wrong. It wasn't my fault. I had nothing to do with
You're
it.
lying. You sold out to the highest bidder.
Oh, I don't want to remember the war. That was years ago. Can't we forget?
I can't. That's why I sent you the medallion. That's why I followed you here.
What are you going to do about it?
Maybe I would have killed you. I don't know. As it is, I think you've hanged yourself. Where is the medallion I sent you?
I lost it.
Sure you did. 8 miles out of Reno, next to 2 dead men.
I told you, I lost it.
You must have had help. Who were your playmates?
Oh, leave me alone.
Get dressed. You're going with me. I'll wait outside. Maybe it would have been wiser to phone Stillman and let him take over. But that would have been too easy. I owed Yvette and her playmates a payoff. They were going to collect it with interest. I don't enjoy playing pigeon for anyone. And I still couldn't forget the 9 men. I decided to hurry her up. But someone had decided to slow me down. Whoever slugged me did a thorough job. Because by the time I came to, the club had closed. The nightman told me that Yvette had left, giving the management a 10-minute notice. Didn't surprise me. He added she was living at the Mapes Hotel. I started for there. I only wanted to get my hands on her. But it wasn't that easy. Yvette had checked out and left town. I had to find her and her partners. They didn't know the stolen loot was a bomb. Lieutenant Stillman's man hadn't lost me for a second. If I hadn't been in a hurry, I'd have said hello. This train was a milk run over the Sierra Nevada mountains to Sacramento. I prayed my hunch was right. If Yvette was on the train, the chances were good that the bomb was with her. I watched Stillman's man follow me aboard. I sent for the conductor. I kept remembering Stillman's words. The bomb is strong enough to blow up a small city. The next few hours would tell a brutal story if I was wrong.
Do you want to see me?
Yeah, come in. Is there an Yvette Marchand on the train?
Nobody by that name had a reservation.
She's good-looking, brunette.
Oh. Well, we got a couple of good-looking ones on the train this trip. Let's see, I put one in 14C and the other 12A.
information wasn't good, and my hunch looked bad. I lost no time in getting to the first compartment, 14C. Under different conditions, it would have been worth the trip. But I remembered the bomb and said, wrong number. I found compartment 12A and knocked on the door. Part of my hunch was right. Yvette was on the train. Only she was dead. That meant the bomb was on the train with the killer. It was time to introduce myself to Stillman's man. The next second, the train, which had been moving along, suddenly stopped. The leader lights went out. Why did you bring me in here?
I wanted to talk to you.
I was wondering when we were going to meet. You're from Bureau, aren't you?
The name is Sachs, Joe Sachs.
What happened?
It was a snowslide. The train stalled.
Well, what do you want to talk to me about?
That girl in the compartment. She's still where you saw her last. You're in my compartment now. You want to tell me what happened?
Yeah, sure. Her name was Yvette Marshall. She was tied in with that robbery. I was following her to see if she had any partners.
Not much chance of following that deal anymore.
I'm not so sure. I think the killer may still be around.
Unless they jumped when the train stalled.
That's not likely. 8 foot of snow outside.
Oh, that means the killer and the explosive are probably still on the train. Better get busy.
Maybe you're right. It's 4:30 now. That gives us just 2.5 hours. We'll start a car-to-car search. Passengers, baggage, the works.
It's gonna take time. It'll take at least 10 hours for the rescue squad to get here.
What happens if we don't turn up anything?
Abandon the train just before 7 and let her blow.
Better think of something else. We're on rim rock, a cliff above, a couple of million feet of snow, and 1,000 feet drop below.
Oh, great. Well, there's got to be a way out.
A man might get across the snow embankment at the end of the train, but what about the women and children?
Sachs. I'll take the back of the train. You stop in the front. Get everybody in the club car.
What for?
We're going to tell them about the bomb.
They'll panic.
Maybe, but it might smoke out the killer.
What about the train crew?
Get them too.
Half an hour later, everybody on the train was in the club car. They were all dressed as though they knew they were in trouble.
I am Lieutenant Joe Sachs. You've all been brought here because of something vitally important. I want you to know that somewhere on this train is an unknown person who earlier today robbed and murdered 2 United States government couriers. Someone in this group is that person. I want to say to him that the case he stole contains not money, but a super-great explosive with a new time-fusing device. That fusing device had earlier been set for 7 o'clock. In exactly 1 hour and 48 minutes, the contents of that case will explode. Now, I say to the person who has the case, please, leave it in one of the train corridors. We will destroy it. I urge that person to think of the lives of the many women and children on board this train. There is no escape from this train. On one side, there is a drop of 1,000 feet. The rest of the train is surrounded by a snowbank caused by an avalanche. Now, hold it, everyone, hold it. I want everyone to return to their proper places on the train. Open each and every piece of luggage. A car-to-car inspection will start immediately. Now, the most important thing to remember is that every second counts. We'll do everything we can to help, and I know you will too. Maybe it won't be enough, but God willing, it will. Now, let's go, everybody. Come right along.
I kept searching every face, looking for a clue that would not only point out the killer, but locate the bomb. Whoever it was either didn't believe Sachs's story or was too smart to make a move.
I'm sure praying it'll work.
It must. We won't have time for another guess. Sachs, the conductor, and I began a car-to-car search. Searching baggage and interviewing passengers took a lot of time. I asked 1,000 questions, so did Sachs. The conductor told me the train crew was only half through the baggage car. Their result, like ours, was 0. The clock kept ticking away precious seconds. It was time for a miracle, but none was in sight. I headed for Sachs. I had a wild idea.
You got on that train at Reno? This your identification, huh? It's where you live?
Find anything.
That's be all. I was going to ask you the same thing.
I told him if the killer wanted to stall for time, the best way was to keep moving from car to car, following us as we completed our search. We decided to double back and maybe catch someone who hadn't moved fast enough. 14 minutes to go. I headed for the club car. The train had taken on a strange silence. The people were praying and mentally putting their houses in order. A strange peace had settled over all of the passengers. They knew they had reached the point of no return. I reached the club car. There was no more heat, and the cold had transformed the steel coaches into icy tombs. A middle-aged couple holding one another. An elderly woman praying. The bartender staring into space. And suddenly, I saw someone who I thought hadn't moved fast enough.
Drink?
No. Know about the search? I don't remember you.
Which means?
Which means it's your turn. Where's your compartment?
Are you a cop?
My name is Lanyard. What's your compartment number?
4C. My name is Johnson.
Let's go, Johnson.
Well, there's the luggage. Take your choice.
I'll start with this one. Look, Johnson. In exactly 5½ minutes, we blow higher than Venus. Get smart, get rid of it.
The man's speech didn't fool me. I followed that messenger for weeks. His bag contained bonds, big, beautiful bonds. I've got him. Who do you think you're kidding?
In 5 minutes, you'll find out the hard way.
You know, it's too bad they didn't give me a key to that case. I'd like to open it just to see the expression on your face.
You better do something, Johnson, and do it fast.
I'm going to. Tell me how to get out of here.
You heard Sachs. He told you there's no way out.
No speeches. Just tell me how to get out of here. Tell me how to get out of here.
Okay. The end of the train. The conductor said a man might crawl over the snow and get out.
That's better. Then what?
The highway runs parallel with the railroad. You can't miss it.
You know, Lanyard, I'm a little disappointed in you. Before I killed Yvette, she told me you'd be trouble. It's funny how a guy will change when the going gets tough.
Not nearly as funny as what a man will do for nothing. Better get going, Johnson. Get over there.
Down on the floor, everybody! Get down! Get out! Get down, everybody! Get down! On the floor, everybody! On the floor!
It was all over, and I said a prayer of thanks.
Just got the report from Sachs. You must have had some shindig.
Could have been more comfortable. Did Johnson say why he killed Yvette?
Yeah, she wanted more than a share.
He should have given it to her. It was a bad investment.
How'd you ever spot Johnson?
I have a feeling he spotted me.
You know, Mike, you caused me a lot of trouble last night.
What?
Well, I took this thing home and my wife saw it.
Oh.
Thought it was cute. Wanted it for her charm bracelet. Kept me up half the night.
That's too bad.
Yeah, when I was leaving today, she said to me, will you ask him to give it to me?
If I gave it to her, we'd only get her into trouble.
You know, Mike, I think you're right.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget, hit that like button and the subscribe button. Thank you very much.